Hey everybody, Greg here again. It's been I think a couple of weeks since I've done a video. My apologies. Things, just life actually has gotten in the way. So anyway, I was just working, started last night prepping up some peppers to be frozen. I thought, well, I'll do a quick video on it. So what I have here, these are some peppers that I chopped up last night. And these are some that I picked today, various stages of development. Green, red, doesn't matter. They're all going to taste good. And here are some hot peppers. These ones, obviously, the sweet ones. And I have some hots here as well. The hot ones I'm not going to freeze. I don't generally freeze them. What I do is cut them in half, throw them on the dehydrator, and make powder out of them. So anyway, I'm going to get set up here. I'll get the camera onto a stand, show you how I cut them on one or two of these guys, and then how I package them up for the freezer. All right, and so I'll be back in a second. Okay, first off, I thought I'd mention why I'm going to cut these guys up. If you have the hot peppers, say like these habaneros, I wouldn't bother cutting them up if I was putting them in the freezer. I would simply pop off the stem and freeze them like that. With these larger ones, you've got a lot of airspace in there, airspace and seeds that just would take up space within the bag when you're freezing. Compare that to how this looks. You can see how they can get packed in a bag very nicely. So that's a reason I tend to cut up the larger sweet peppers for freezing. So again, I won't be freezing these guys, but if I were to, I wouldn't bother cutting that. It's small enough, you can get a bunch of them into a bag. So, all right, now what we want to do is cut the top off first. This is what I find the easiest way to do this. And you've got your little seed there, and I just cut around the edge, and with a little work, it pops out. It still has some seeds inside there. I find just tapping it, might still have the odd seed in there, but I can live with that. So that's basically how I get the top and the seeds out. And I will just, normally I have a compost bag handy that I throw these into, but I don't happen to have one right now, so we'll slide those off to the side, get anything off the knife. And so you can do different things with this. You could go slice rings to it, you could slice rings, cut them in half. I like cutting them into little squares. There's an example of what I'm talking about right there, but I'll just cut those up a little bit more. Okay, what I tend to do is just, whoops, if I can get a grip, slice her down there, take a couple of strips, as if you were maybe doing a vegetable tray or something for some dip. But one more step is cubing them up. Because basically what we do is, after these are frozen, they'll be placed into bags, about a cup per bag. We can pull them out, we can put them in soups, stews, stir fries, whatever we want. You will find that the texture does soften up a bit. They won't stay real crisp. But to us, that doesn't matter, because again, we're going to be cooking them. So this is a great way to preserve them. I'm going to show you the type of bag we use. There's different methods. I can show you different methods to freeze and to bag. And so we'll get on to that now. I'm just going to put these into the bucket. Oopsie. There's one on the floor. Maybe the cat will find it. Okay, I'm going to turn you off again for a second and let's get on to the next step. All right, so what I've got here, I have a vacuum sealer, and that's what I'll be using for these today. But I wanted to show you that you can just use normal freezer bag. Make sure it's a freezer bag. Don't use lunch baggies. Plastic on these is a little bit thicker. Probably the best kind to get would even be that have the little tab that zips across, and that ensures that you've locked everything in. And as you've filled them in and you're closing it up, squeeze anything you can out of the air in that thing. So these, it will last for months, 6 months or better probably in one of these. I find that you can get a good year out of things when you use a vacuum sealer, which is why I'm using this. This vacuum sealer was actually not expensive. I can't remember the exact amount because it was a couple years ago I bought it. Picked it up on Amazon. I use it for when I make jerky, that sort of thing, but I also use it for this. And when my wife and I buy meat at the grocery store, we tend to buy the family pack. Then we'll break it down, vacuum seal the meat, and then we've got separate meals, but it costs less because we bought the family pack. So what I generally do is I'll buy the this is the bags, how they can come. You can get bags in specific sizes. They'll come in a package, or you can get a roll like this. And basically what you do is you cut off the length that you want, and using the sealer, there is a seal only button. So what I've done is I've sealed one end of this bag already. So I've got a few bags ready to go. I'm going to show you with the one here. But again, I find this more economically friendly than buying full-size bags. And you can set the bag to whatever size you want, depending on what you're sealing. So now, my wife has asked for approximately 1 cup of peppers per bag. Oh, one other thing. I'm going to be packaging these up. I'm going to throw them in the freezer. They're going to clump up. They're just going to be, when they get frozen, just a ball of peppers, which is fine for us. Again, we use them for cooking. We'll pull it out. We'll let it thaw. We can throw it into whatever we're cooking. If you wanted to, say, do a larger bag, even, fill one of these guys up, but you didn't want them all as a big clump, you could get, say, a cookie tray, lay these out flat, separated on a cookie tray, put them in the freezer for about an hour. That will get them frozen enough. You can then put them into a bag and they won't solidify. You'll have them all as pieces. Similar to when you, say, buy frozen fruit at the grocery store. You'll get a bag of blueberries and they're all separate. You can just grab a handful, take them and use them. That's how that's done, is basically freeze them ahead of time on a tray, then take them, throw them into your bag, and you're good to go. But again, I'm not worrying about that because we're putting them into meal-sized packages. So we will get these in. Just scoop up a cup here. Excuse my hands, but it's only for the wife and I, so I don't think she'll mind. Roll that cup up. Set this down for a second. Slide you. And into the bag we go. So, now with the vacuum sealer, these packages come with, this is kind of a rough edge, and this is flat and shiny. So what I tend to do, I don't know if this is the way you're supposed to do it, but I always put the rougher side down because I think when this heats up, it's better on that side than on the shiny side. So I'll set this in, get the top into this area because that's where the air is going to get sucked out from. Set it down, plug it in, and hit vacuum and seal. And let's watch it suck the air out of this guy. You know what I should have done? Never thought of it. I should have flattened them out. They will lay easier. That's what I'll do with the next group, but then I can stack them better in the freezer. So I'm watching the light here. It's gone red, which means it's sealing, and it is done. I need to pop this. That lets the air seal come out. And here we have nice, tightly packed, I can't even bend that, set of peppers. So it's that simple. And again, you can do the same thing with one of these. Just as you're finishing up, you want to scrunch it down as much as you can to get that air out. So this will last for several months. This, I would say, a year or better. This is why we do it, because we have all of these to do, plus these ones, plus I still have more coming. So it's been a great fall, probably my best year for peppers. So it's one of the reasons we decided to get some more into the freezer this year. All right, that's it. If you have any comments, please feel free to leave them below. Positive, negative, that's fine. As long as the negative ones are constructive, I will take that. Please don't be mean to myself or anyone else. And if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll talk to you soon. Bye now.